am Muthukumar and my topic is Roundtable Conference. Dear students, today we are now going to discuss about a very important topic, the Roundtable Conferences. These Roundtable Conferences were held in London between 1930 to 1932. Three Roundtable Conferences was held successively in London to discuss about the future Constitution of India. These Roundtable Conferences were conducted in London in a very important condition. The situations which existed in India made the British government to convene these Roundtable Conference. The Simon Commission, which was set up in the year 1927, did not give a favorable report for the Indians. The Indians boycotted the Simon Commission because there was no Indian representative in the Simon Commission. Further proceeding it, when the Secretary of State for Indian Affairs, Lord Birkenhead, when he was presenting the bill on Simon Commission, stated that Indians were not fit enough constitution for them, which made the Indian political leaders to convene an all-party political meeting, and they decided on drafting a constitution for them, which resulted in the drafting of the Nehru Report. The Nehru Report was not accepted by the Muslim League, and Muhammad Ali Jinnah declared the Nehru Report as a death warrant for the Muslims of India. Further, the situations also made the British government to convene the Roundtable Conference. The Indian National Congress declared that it would fight for Purna Swaraj if the British government did not declare dominion status for Indians. As a result, Indian National Congress observed the Purna Swaraj Day on January 26, 1930. And in these situations, Mahatma Gandhi also started a civil disobedience movement to attain Purna Swaraj for the Indians. The first Roundtable Conference. The first Roundtable Conference is a conference convened with the unrepresentatives of Indians in London to discuss about the future Constitution of India. It had the representatives of the Muslim minorities, the depressed class people, the representatives of British India, the representatives of Indian princely states, and also the representatives of the British political parties. About 89 delegates participated in the first Roundtable Conference. The first Roundtable Conference was inaugurated by the ruler of Britain, and the first Roundtable Conference was chaired by the British Prime Minister Ramsay MacDonald. Out of the 89 delegates, 57 were from British India, 16 were from Indian princely states, and the rest of the 16 from the British political parties. Some of the important leaders of India were the ruler of Bikaner, the Diwans of Hyderabad and Mysore, Muhammad Ali Jinnah, and other leaders. They participated in the first Roundtable Conference. The Congress Party did not participate in the first Roundtable Conference, which was convened to discuss about the Constitution of India. About 9 subcommittees were set up to discuss about the Constitution of India. Only decisions could be taken on certain core 3 important issues. Ramsay MacDonald, while he was elaborating after the end of the first Roundtable Conference, declared that unanimous decisions has been reached on 3 major issues, such as the creation of an federal structure in the center, that is an all India federation, which comprised of the British Indian states and also the Indian princely states. And the second one was, that is, the federal executive would be made subordinate to the federal legislature. And an unanimous decision was also reached on the issue of giving full autonomy to the provinces, that is, provincial autonomy. But the core issue was the communal issue. The communal issue could not be resolved, and it has been declared that there was no Alexander to unfold the Gordian knot of the communal issue. A critic described that the first Roundtable Conference as an international propaganda to reveal the communal disharmony of the Indian political parties. So the British government felt on the inimical need of associating the Indian National Congress in the Roundtable Conference, because the Indian National Congress was the representative of the people, that is both the Hindus, the Muslims, and other sections of the Indian nation. With the end of the first Roundtable Conference, the British Prime Minister Ramsay MacDonald declared that all efforts would be taken to accommodate the Indian National Congress in the second Roundtable Conference, which is to be held in London in the successive years. So in order to associate the Indian National Congress in the second roundtable conference, which is to be held in London, the British government took certain initiatives, which was in the form of the Gandhi-Irwin Pact. The Gandhi-Irwin Accord was reached on 5th March 1931. In the meantime, as Mahatma Gandhiji was arrested because of his civil disobedience movement, as the result of the Gandhi-Irwin Pact, and in order to associate the Indian National Congress in the second roundtable conference, the government released Mahatma Gandhiji and other important political leaders of the Indian National Congress. The Gandhi-Irwin Accord was reached on 5th March 1931. In this accord, it was stated that the government would give back the movable and also the immovable assets which have been confiscated from the Satyagrahis. The government also agreed upon the point that the government would withdraw the cases which were floated on the Satyagrahis. Favorable condition, the Congress party also declared that the Congress party would not stress on for an inquiry into the excesses made by the police. And further, the government declared that all efforts would be taken by the government to associate the Indian National Congress in the second roundtable conference. Finally, the government allowed the persons who were residing around the seashore to manufacture salt for their domestic purpose. This was a major important thing because the British government, for its first time, it treated the Indian National Congress on an equal footing. When this was going on, the right-wing leader of Britain, Winston Churchill, declared that we should not negotiate with these seditious fakir and we should have a strong government in Britain. As a result of which, the liberals and also the conservatives, they opposed to the roundtable conference which was taking place in Britain. The second roundtable conference. So before attending the second roundtable conference, the Congress party's conference was held at Karachi, which approved Gandhiji's representation in the second roundtable conference. Gandhiji participated in the second roundtable conference as the sole representative of the Indian National Congress. And Gandhiji, he was the sole representative of the Congress party in the second roundtable conference. In the second roundtable conference, which was convened in the year September 1931 to December 1931, about 107 delegates participated. In this also representation was given from British Indian states, Indian princely states, and also for the British political parties. And in the second roundtable conference, the core issue which was to be discussed was reform of the federal government and also the communal issue. To discuss these two important problems, two committees were set up, and Mahatma Gandhiji, he was a member of these two committees. The government, it did not took concerted efforts to resolve the problem of communal issue, communal electorate. Both Dr. B.R. Ambedkar and Muhammad Ali Jinnah, they demanded separate electorate for the Muslims and also the depressed class people. Mahatma Gandhiji declared that he would not allow the government to give separate electorate for the depressed classes, for it would again that a divide and rule policy of the British government. Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, they did not accepted the views of Gandhiji. Gandhiji said that once the Britishers leave India, the communal issue can be resolved among the Indians. But Muhammad Ali Jinnah and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar insisted that the communal issue should be the first issue which has to be resolved, as a result of which no breakthrough decisions could be reached. The Indian princely states also, they could not come to a conclusion on the federal structure of the state. So the second roundtable conference also failed to bear its fruits. Gandhiji, when he was after returning to India, after the second roundtable conference, declared that he could not take any breakthrough decisions, or he could not bring in any breakthrough decisions in the issue of communal electorate, and he regretted for the issue very much. After returning to India, Gandhiji again started his civil disobedience movement. In the meantime, the government took concerted effort to suppress the ongoing civil disobedience movement of the Indian National Congress. The Congress party was declared as an outlaw organization. Congress party's accounts were confiscated. The properties of the Congress party was confiscated. Most of the important leaders of the Congress party were also arrested and they were kept in prison. as a result of which the Congress party's total functioning was brought to be paralyzed. In this meantime, the British government declared its communal award by August 1932. With the end of the second roundtable conference, the issue of the communal award was not resolved, and the British Prime Minister Ramsay MacDonald declared that the British government would unilaterally give a communal award for the Indians. And as a result, when after Gandhiji returning to India, he again started his civil disobedience movement. He started his civil disobedience movement vigorously. As a result, the Congress party was declared as an outlaw organization. The bank accounts of the Congress party were freezed. The properties of the Congress party were confiscated. Most important political leaders of the Congress party were arrested and they were kept in jail. And as a result, the Congress party's functioning was totally paralyzed. So the Congress party could not function anymore. So the civil disobedient Gandhiji was also arrested and he was kept in Eravada prison. In the meantime, the British Prime Minister Ramsay MacDonald, he issued the communal award on August 1932. In the communal award, it was stated by Ramsay MacDonald that the depressed class of people, they would be given separate electorate. Separate electorate was to be given to the depressed class people. The Muslims would also get separate electorate. The Christians and also the Europeans and also the Anglo-Indians in India got separate electorate because of the communal award which was declared on August 1932. In the meantime, Gandhiji, who was in Eravada prison, appealed to the British government and also to the Indian Viceroy to nullify the communal award which was issued by the British Prime Minister Ramsay MacDonald. But the British government declared that Gandhiji was not interested in the welfare of the depressed class people. As a result, Gandhiji declared that he would fast until death to nullify the communal award which was declared by the British government. But the British government did not concede to the words or to the protests of Mahatma Gandhi. Mahatma Gandhiji, he started to observe his fast until death. In his fast until death, as a result of it, the most important political leaders of India convened a meeting which was attended by Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, N.C. Raja, Hridayalal Kunshuru, Tej Bahadur Sapru, Sarojini Naidu, Jawaharlal Nehru, and Madan Mohan Malaviya, Rajagopalachari, and other leaders, they attended the conference. In this conference, it was decided to bring in or to resolve the issue of communal electorate. As a result of which, the Pune Pact was reached on 26th September 1932. The Pune Pact was declared from India and also from Britain on 5/15 of 26th September 1932. And Pune Pact, it was mentioned that the Dalits or the depressed class people, they would be given reservation and they would not be given separate electorate. The depressed class people would be given reservation in the general electorate. Gandhiji, he gained or he won his movement in order to prevent the Dalit people or the depressed class people from moving out of the Hindu community. The Pune Pact had an impact on Indian freedom struggle. From now, Gandhiji started working for the upliftment of the Harijans. Gandhiji started a journal called the Harijan, and he started a Sangh or a movement called the Harijan Seva Sangh for the upliftment of the depressed class people. He declared that he would start a movement for the abolition of untouchability. Further, in this meantime, the third roundtable conference was also convened by the British government between November 1932 and December 1932. The third roundtable conference was attended by 46 delegates. Most of the delegates of the third roundtable conference were loyalists of the British government. The persons who did not conceded to the demands of the British government in the second roundtable conference were not allowed or were not invited to participate in this third roundtable conference. So the most important issues which were discussed in the third roundtable conference were the safeguards, the distribution of the residuary powers, and also the issues which has been discussed earlier in the committees which has been convened as a result of the second roundtable conference. So the third roundtable conference did not achieve any important issue. As a result of these three roundtable conferences, a white paper was issued in the year 1933. In the white paper which was issued, the important issues such as the draft of the Indian Constitution was clearly mentioned. The white paper, which was presented before the British Parliament by the year 1933, formed the basis of the Indian Constitution of 1935. According to the Indian Constitution of 1935, the federal structure was created in the center. The provinces were given more autonomy. So the roundtable conferences have definitely certain significance in Indian history. It played a vital role in the growth of the Indian Constitution, and also it had a definite impact on the course of the Indian politics. The major impacts of the roundtable conferences were it made the Indian National Congress and the government on an equal footing. It is clear from the fact that Winston Churchill remarked that we should not have bargaining to the Indian National Congress. And Winston Churchill, the right-wing leader of Britain, declared that we should not bargain with this seditious fakir, and we should have a strong government in India. Further, also clear that the most important issue of communal electorate was resolved. As a result of the Pune Pact, which was reached on September 1932, it was clear that the depressed class people, they would not be given separate electorate. In fact, they would be given reservation in the general electorate. It was also stated that all eligible voters who are not voters in the reserved constituencies would be eligible to vote in the general electorate. The roundtable conferences, the core issue of the communal electorate problem was resolved in India, and the divide and rule policy of the Britishers in India to further divide the Indians on the basis of the caste was prevented by the fast until death, which was started by Mahatma Gandhiji. The other core issues which the roundtable conferences were the unification of India, that is an indirect unification by the creation of an All India Federation. This All India Federation had the representatives of the Indian princely states and also the representatives of the British India. Bicameral legislature is also to be formed in the center. It was also stated that the executive would be made subordinate or answerable to the legislature, and the most important issue of the dissemination of powers or the residuary powers would be given to the provinces was also resolved. Thank you.